But you grew up with an entrepreneurial spirit. When was your first business?
12.
12 years old.
Yeah, I told Daddy, I said, I want to go down to the quick sack and get an icy. I need some money. He said, you don't need money, you need a job. He said, your lawnmower's in the basement, go knock on the closest 50 doors. And I said, I don't know. He goes, hey, get in the car. And he took me down Nolensville Road over here. Little print shop, printed up 500 business cards, said Dave's Lawns. I said, Dad, that's a little overkill. I just wanted an icy. Hey, Tony, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
How you doing, Dave?
Better than I deserve, sir. How can I help? And what part of being out of debt didn't you like? There's no way I'm going back into debt. There's anything I want bad enough to go into debt. We started on the radio in June 25th of 1992.
The book that I read was Total Money Makeover.
That was the second one, yeah.
That was the second
It
one.
was actually the third one, technically. But yeah. Financial Peace, the book, was the first one. It took off.
Well, welcome to ID21. If you have very few of these, but a whole lot of these, you're going to like our show today. We're going to talk to a financial expert. His name is Dave Ramsey. So number one question that you get on the air concerning financial problems, what do they want to know?
Concerning financial problems, how to get out of debt. How do I get out of debt? And I would say the second thing is communication with spouses.
And why are we in debt so much? Is it plastic? Is that it?
Well, plastic is probably the symptom. The problem is really just a lack of contentment.
What other aspects of the business did you start developing? You started with the coaching, went to radio, went to podcast, books.
Yeah, we just kept looking and going, okay, where is there a need? A coach up here at the Catholic school, Father Ryan, dropped by the office one day and he goes, hey, I just want y'all to know I've been buying these Financial Peace books and I'm taking my high school seniors through it. I'm showing them how in my math class how to do this stuff. And he goes, I didn't want y'all to think I'm stealing something. I just want you to know we're doing it. First thing, people pick up a book off the table. They look at me and go, why isn't this taught in high school? Why didn't I know this stuff before I was a broke 30-year-old, you know? Why didn't somebody teach me this stuff? And I've heard that my whole career.
What do you think about crypto? I mean, I've heard you speak on crypto. You hate it.
I think it's going to continue to get bigger, and I think it's going to continue to get better. I mean, it was a volatile Wild Wild West crap show for a long time. And it kind of still is, really. Now, based on that, God, what do you want to do with your company? How do you want your employees treated? How do you want your team treated? How do you want people to be compensated? How are you going to treat the girl that gets cancer that works on the front desk? Oh, we paid her, and she wasn't at work for 3 years.
For 3 years.
She's back at work. One of my best friends, I love the girl.
She beat it.
You know what? God would do it. But what would Jesus do? He would take care of her family. He wouldn't have, oh, you got cancer. We're going to write you up for not being at work. You know, the interesting thing is when you love your people well, the rest of them are watching. And it becomes one of the best places to work in America.
I got a great relationship with everybody that works there. I care about them. I consider this like a family to me.
Yeah, you can feel it when you walk in.
People see the generosity that I have, and there have been a handful of people that come here and they take advantage of that.
That, and even worse, you find out later that somebody's betraying or stealing, or they leave and then they say nasty things about you after you did something for them. I don't understand this because I did not grow up with this thing in my hand. It's not native to me. When I was a kid, there was a rotary black dial phone on the wall. These guys, they've been content creators since they were 6.
Has that transformed you into somebody who's a little more guarded?
Having said that, you know, to answer your question logically, I guess, is there's no rhyme or reason for what they'll take for it. It's what they think they're going to get out of the thing. Then I went on a broke radio station that was in bankruptcy and agreed to work for free, and they allowed us to come down and do this horrible talk radio show. You could ask them to carry the balance, non-recourse. WWTN, we're talking Nashville. I mean, it was awful.
Got to get this cleaned up for the sake of your child.
Right.
Been worth it though. Well, good for you.
The answers to the questions where people were in pain, the phone stayed lit up every day, and in a matter of months, we had one of the highest rated shows in the city.
Let's talk about the Trump administration, the first couple of months here. How do you think it's going with the economics?
I got a super expensive sports car and I parked it in front of a burrito place the other night. I went to speak at this church thing, and a kid comes in and goes, "Hey, is that your car outside?" And I said, "Yeah." I thought he was just admiring the car, and he goes, "I just hit it." It's like, kid, you have no idea. I'm just gonna call you.